Developing Nuanced Thinking Through Discussion, Carl Seineath. Questions that encourage binary yes or no responses tend not to engender sophisticated discussion. For example, should race play a role in college admissions? Often such questions can be rewritten to encourage deeper discussion. Open-ended questions of this kind can often be used with a continuum to indicate the full range of possible views. Although the continuum is a useful tool for discussion, it is not appropriate for every single style of question. Factor styles questions require a different discursive technique. For example, what factors should the U.S. Supreme Court consider when making a decision about what role race should play in college admissions? Though these first two questions are similar to the third question, these factor styles questions ask students to focus on criteria as opposed to focusing necessarily on the student's views on the topic. When facilitating discussion on such a question, teachers can create a basic matrix. Under the question, students can brainstorm possible relevant factors. This can be done as individuals, in small groups, or as a whole class. After brainstorming relevant factors, students can indicate in this matrix the factors they consider most important. The question can be discussed at this point, or the teacher can introduce sources into the debate. Students can then assess the factors emphasized by the source. In adding additional sources, students may discover additional relevant factors. Beyond addressing traditional textual sources, students can also interview experts and include these factors in the matrix. Students can also use their experience and observations as evidence in response to the question. It is often useful to have students respond to the question in writing or in small groups before beginning their work with this matrix. In this way, students' experiences and observations are given equal footing with traditional academic sources. This helps create an intermediate discursive space between the often more formal discourse style expected in school and the more informal discourse style expected outside of it. After considering multiple sources, students can explore the relationships among the most important factors by using evidence from the sources to substantiate their claims. In addition, the matrix helps to clarify factors that occur frequently in the sources, potentially indicating which factors should be included in students' arguments. Students can also explore, again as individuals or in small groups, or as a class, the relationship between the factors that they consider most important and other factors in sources that these sources also consider to be important. At this point, teachers can group students if they have not already done so, and begin a class discussion, emphasizing the connection among ideas, encouraging students to integrate the views of others into their own, and to frame their ideas in the context of what has already been said. This is an excellent opportunity to teach syntactical structures that encourage sophisticated thinking, and verbs that encourage interpretation. Another way to use this matrix is to group students by sources, and to facilitate a class discussion that focuses on the sources as lenses through which to see the topic. Another option is to group students by factor and to facilitate a discussion that views the topic through this lens. After such discussions, students can return to the original ideas and explore the relationships among the factors they consider most important. Students may add additional factors to their arguments at this point and substantiate their choice of factors by referring to the sources. Finally, students can articulate why some of the most frequently occurring factors in other arguments are not included in their own. Though this method of counterargument may not be as straightforward as those that respond directly to a policy suggestion, considering why some students see factors as important when others do not can only strengthen students' empathy and argumentation. I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you next time.